Hi, my name is Edward Iannelli. I also go by Emily. I'm going to tell you a secret. You got to be careful though. Nobody can get wind of this. This is very serious. I'm telling you because I am worried about what's happening. I need to let you all know that you should not, if you're living in a different country, I'm warning you, do not come to visit in the United States. It's very dangerous here now. I'm seeking to leave this country. I am sad and heartbroken because I was born here. I was born in 1961 in Brooklyn, New York, and I cannot believe what is happening now in my country. I am frightened and I'm scared, and I'm transgender, and I am very worried because being transgender, I'm a target. I'm afraid to go outside of my house sometimes. I go to my therapist, I go to my psychiatrist, I go out occasionally, but I'm very scared. I'm also disabled. I worked nearly 40 years in the accounting profession, and I'm a CPA, but I'm disabled now and I can't work like I used to, and I depend on Social Security, and I depend on my long-term disability. Unfortunately, my long-term disability terms out at the end of 2026, and then all I'll have is my Social Security disability and whatever little income I generate from doing tax returns, which isn't much at all. I'm lucky if I even get paid by some of my clients. It's like pulling teeth. I can't live like this. I need to leave this country. The problem is I have my family here. I have my wife. I have my son who's autistic in a group home. I have my mother-in-law, and I have 3 cats. And I want to take them with me, but I don't know where to go. My wife is from the Philippines, so we're thinking, or I'm thinking, I'm trying to convince her that maybe we should go to the Philippines to live. And that means that I have to put my house on the market. I have to sell my house. I didn't want to have to do this, but I have no choice, given the fact that my long-term disability terms out in less than 2 years, and I'm worried about the future of Social Security. I'm frightened, and my son is in a group home, and we're worried about what's going to happen if our payments are late or delayed or not even paid at all. We can't live like this. I am very frightened, and I've never encountered anything like this, but I knew that Trump was trouble. I knew that if he won again, that we would be in trouble. And my biggest nightmares are being real. They're reality. They're actually happening. The nightmares that I hoped would never come to be are happening. And I'm hearing stories where people from outside of this country are coming here, and some of them are getting swept up in ICE raids. They're being detained, their freedoms violated, their rights violated. And there are people that are living in this country who are being swept up by ICE and taken out of this country. And I've heard stories where some have been taken to El Salvador, and they're in prison camps in El Salvador, and they are citizens of the United States, and they're being swept up out of the country. I'm transgender, and I'm worried that we're going to be targets too. There is no safety in this country anymore. I feared this. I worried about this, and it's happening. And I don't know what I can do other than to leave the country. I'm trying to get through tax season, finishing up all the tax returns I promised to my clients. But once tax season ends, I'm putting my house on the market, and I have to sell this house. I have to get out of this country, and I need my family with me. It is not good what's happening in this country. We are living in fear. I'm telling you, I've never seen anything like this. I'm very, very scared, and I don't know what else we can do other than make plans to leave this country. We are in serious, serious danger. And if we don't get out soon, we won't be able to get out. What I'm afraid of, now that they've dismantled the Department of Education, I'm afraid I won't be able to sell my house. I'm afraid that they're going to raise real estate taxes so high and that the housing values are going to plummet that I won't be able to sell my house. And I can't afford to lose my house. I put 21 years of my equity, my hard work into this house. I did capital home improvements. I put so much time and effort and money into this house. I cannot afford to lose that. I have to be smart. I'm a CPA. I know what I have to do. But I need to sell my house, and then we need to get safe passage out of this country. We are in the fight for our lives. If we don't leave now, we won't be able to survive what's going to happen in this country. And you know, we've been warned. Anonymous has warned us. Anonymous, everything that Anonymous is saying is true. We are going to be in big trouble in every way possible because the rich billionaires are taking over our government. They're destroying it piece by piece. They're going after all of the institutions. They're going after HUD. They're going after Department of Education. First they started with USAID, and now kids are dying in foreign countries, dying of starvation. They don't have a chance of survival. They're dying of disease. Those diseases are going to spread worldwide. And those billionaires are going after our Social Security, our health care. They're going after all of our benefits that we worked so hard for. There is no way of saving our country. The billionaires are going to take it lock, stock, and barrel. Elon Musk, the world's richest man, is out to destroy Social Security. He's out to destroy the IRS. He's out to destroy our healthcare system. He's out to destroy our consumer protections. He's out to destroy our government. Every functioning department is on the chopping block. And they won't stop until we, the middle class, the poor, are so broken down that we can't do anything. And they want us to be subservient to the rich. They are deliberately doing tariffs so we can't afford to buy our groceries. Just like Anonymous said, we are going to be in big trouble. We cannot survive this. I am telling you now that you have to fight for yourself. They call it rugged individualism. The Republicans if they had their way, would strip us of all our government protections. They would strip us of our Social Security. They would decimate the IRS. They would decimate Social Security. No more funding. No more funding of the government. No more funding of Social Security. You're on your own, baby. They don't care. They want us to suffer. They want the richest in control while they pillage our country, pillage all of our institutions, pillage our democracy, pillage the rule of law. They're going after lawyers and judges now. They are trying to control everything. We don't have a chance if we don't fight this now. We have to take a stand now. If we don't, forever hold your peace. We will not have a country. They will destroy it, piece by piece by piece by piece. You won't recognize your country. You won't have a country. We are in the fight of our lives. We must go to war with this evil administration. We must dismantle this administration. They're dismantling our government. We must dismantle their administration. We must fight. We must go after them. There is only one way to beat them. We must stand up and fight for our rights, our protections. We must fight them. We cannot allow them to win. We cannot allow them to get their $4 to $5 to $6 to $10 trillion in tax cuts at the expense of us, the hardworking people, and at the expense of our veterans. They are coming after the veterans. They are coming after us. We must fight back. And if we don't, we lose everything. I mean everything. We have no choice. We do it now or we don't at all and we die. That's what we're up against. We must fight. I attempted suicide because I knew we would be in this mess. I survived the suicide attempt. Now I have to fight back. I must fight. There's a reason I survived. I must fight back. I have no choice. And I implore all of you to fight back. We cannot let these evildoers destroy everything that America was built upon. Because if we do, we don't have a country anymore. And you may as well pack up your bags and get the hell out, because you're not going to want to be in this hell. And that's what it's going to be, a hell. And it's torture, and it's evil, and it's destruction, and it's terribly upsetting to me what is happening in this country. I will not go down without a fight. And I implore all of you to fight, because we have no choice. You must fight. We must fight. We have no other choice. Mark my words. We must fight this evil. Elon Musk is right now planning to decimate Social Security, planning to decimate public education, planning to decimate healthcare. We are in big trouble if we don't fight. We will lose everything. So, I want you to realize that we have no other choice. I'm fighting, but I'm also leaving this country because I don't want to see this anymore. It's too much for me to handle, but I have to coordinate my leaving this country. I have to coordinate it with my family, and I got to figure out how to get my son protections because he's autistic, and I'm not going to live forever. And the reason why we have him in a group home is because we know we need him in a supported environment. If we take him out because we have to leave this country, we need to find a way to protect him. I have my life insurance. I have a trust set up for him, so when I die, he gets half of that in his trust, and Maria gets the other half. $1 million split between both of them. And I will die in peace, hopefully. But at this point, I got to coordinate a plan to leave this country. I have to sell my house. I have to find a place where we can go. And the logical place is the Philippines, where Maria's from. And if she's not willing to do that, then I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if it's suicide or I go to England or somewhere or Canada. I don't know. But I'm not staying in this country anymore. I need to get out. But before I leave, I'm going to fight. And it breaks my heart what's happening. It breaks my heart. And I knew this was going to happen. I didn't vote for this. I hate this president. I don't call him a president. I call him a dictator because that's what he is. He's evil. He has to be stopped. And I'm doing a series of videos. And I coordinated it with ChatGPT. And I'm going to emphasize what is happening in this country. I'm going to emphasize all that I discussed with ChatGPT, and I'm going to highlight it, and I'm going to speak about it, and I'm going to scare you, but I'm also trying to save you. You're going to listen to some hard stuff, and you're not going to like what you hear. And it scared me when I went over this with ChatGPT. It scared me. But I know it's right. And I know the only way I can save myself and my family is to leave this country. Because we're just in the beginning of this nightmare. And it's going to get worse. It's going to get so much worse. I'm telling you now, we need to leave. And I'm telling you, you better make plans for what you're going to do. Because what's happening in America is scary stuff. And we're not prepared for it. We will never be prepared for it. We will suffer like the people in Russia suffer. And I'm not going to do that. I'm getting the hell out of here. And I urge you to do the same.